Hi, Dave Patterson, the 1492 guy, with more surprises for you. So the Royal Road that we were talking about held the empire together, as we spoke about before. All the different cultures and the different types of land that these roads passed through were all tended by the local people. And some of those topographies were quite different. We were talking about mountains. There was tunnels that they had to dig through. Of course, they had hand tools, and they didn't have any pack animals like horses and camels and oxen to lug their heavy stuff around with. They went over rivers. They had a lot of waterways and gorges that they had to traverse as well too. Now they built causeways across some of the larger areas. They also had suspension bridges. Now the Europeans were afraid of those when they first came over. They weren't used in Europe really up until the 1800s. So that was an innovation that was a contribution to the world by the American Indian, was suspension bridges. Now they also always built two bridges. They were using fiber for most of their construction techniques, as many of the things in the Mesoamerica and South America. They used fiber and natural products for a lot of their items. So they always built two suspension bridges. Largest one being up to 185 feet across. Now two of them meant that they could always be working on one or be doing maintenance on repair on one, while the other one stayed open so that the entire road system could be in use 100% of the time. Also, it's believed probably the nobility traveled on one of them and the common people traveled on the other one. They had gondolas in place where the suspension bridges were just too wide. Now they're up in the mountains, of course, and they had to go through, there's a lot of gorges and wide areas that they had to pass through. So a lot of this really is not being taught in schools. I don't know why. There's a lot of information and they teach that it's not quite as interesting perhaps, this road system. I think a lot of us learn about the Appian Way. It's a bit earlier, but still it's about 300 miles, maybe 500 kilometers long. And so that's an example of Eurocentric, where just a lot of our history does tend to be European in nature. So that's a little bit more. I'll be back with you soon. In the meantime, head on over to my website if you want to download the PDFs about the 3 ways Indians are more advanced than Europeans. 3 of the ways. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.